I'm Intox along with BDot, baby.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Episode 175. You ready for the wild ride?
175.
Are we at 175? It's got to be 175. I don't remember saying that yet. But last week, I think we said 174.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, Black, and Mr. Prim.
Yeah.
How was your snow day?
Ha. Shit. I was still working. Believe me. It's just
While we were doing the show?
yeah, it's like I don't know. I guess they know, like every Wednesday.
Yeah. They know to pack. They're trying to fucking disrupt the fucking system, man. That's what they're trying to do.
Like when I'm on call on Wednesdays,
Right.
it's just like, man.
One always seems to roll through for some reason.
Some always come through, bro.
Right. And then the rest of the week's quiet, right?
A little bit. I'm like, damn. It's crazy.
I used to feel like that sometimes. Sometimes if I try to plan something, I'd be like, I could probably do that on Thursday, even though I'm on call or whatever. And then come Thursday, you're like, that's all the calls or all that day. You're like, I guess I wasn't supposed to go do that other thing, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is going on? Like yesterday wasn't like
Right. I was like, quiet yesterday,
now today.
crazy today, quiet tomorrow. You're like, what?
Unbelievable.
How does this work? I've had those moments.
Unbelievable.
It's always, But like you said, in a way, is it, you know what I mean? Is it sorcery trying to stop your progress? You know what I mean? Like, is it trying to put a wedge somewhere in there? Is it trying to create something? Or did you just not need to be here for some reason?
That's what I feel.
You see
like.
what I'm saying?
I feel like it's trying to
it's
stop
stalking
me.
you? Like it's trying to stop you?
Yeah,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying?
That's
know
what I'm saying.
things
How do you
happen.
feel about it? Right.
I know things happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I get to the job, I'm like, damn, I had to be here, but
Right.
like, why now?
Exactly. Because that's what I'm saying. 'Cause that's what they always say. Everything that happens is happening for you, and it's always happening the right way, regardless of how we see it and feel it. But in scenarios like that, right? You're like, I really want to be there, but for some reason it's telling me not to. Why is it doing that? You know what I mean? Like, why is this good for me in this moment? Because, like we say, everything can be taken one way or the other. It doesn't, no matter which way you look at it, you can always find a way to make it negative. You can always find a way to make it positive. So, so that's the part we got to work on and understand is was there something that you needed to see that day for whatever reason? So you had to stay where you were, in order to receive it or get it or whatever the deal is. So we don't, you know what I mean?
And I didn't catch it though.
Right? Maybe, right.
The only thing I got was I had to clean, you know what I mean?
You had to do some more
Fix
work.
the flood. Whatever happened, I had to fix it.
But you helped somebody.
Okay.
There it is. See? You helped somebody.
Okay.
So
Damn.
you're the hero in that moment.
And it wasn't just one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
there's a fucking
You're literally
fish
out
tank.
here saving lives, man.
Somebody had a turtle.
Yeah. In a big-ass fish tank?
Yes.
And it broke?
No, it didn't break.
Oh.
That's the crazy part. It didn't break. Now, the customer wasn't home.
Right.
So their house was wet a little bit, but it wasn't wet where the turtle was. But downstairs, it was soap.
It all went straight downstairs.
Water came down to the wall, and his floor was messed up. His closet was messed up.
Right.
So the maintenance man told me that they shouldn't even have turtles in it
He's like, they're not even supposed to have that shit in
for this type of reason.
Right.
So now I'm sucking up turtle juice.
Turtle juice?
I mean, the water, the shit wasn't even clear, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it
my God.
was like nasty. It was a brown
Just
water.
Turtle juice.
And the turtle just, I know I'm not tripping. Like, the turtle was at the glass, like, you know what I mean? He kept hitting his head on the glass.
Trying to, like, come at you?
Wherever I went.
Yeah, he was trying to come at you?
No, I guess he was like, help or some shit.
You think he was?
I don't know,
You think he
bruh.
was trying to get out of there? He's like,
I
"Help
never
me,
seen
bro.
a turtle follow
Help me, bro.
someone like that.
I don't know.
I was like, what the hell?
I don't know.
It's like wherever I went, it was like,
yeah.
you know
That's what I'm saying.
It was hitting his head.
Either he was trying to, either he thought he had to fight you for whatever reason. He was like, intruder, Maybe he thought you were an intruder.
I didn't know turtles.
But he's a guard turtle, you know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe he trained him.
Oh, shit.
You didn't meet this person?
No, they wasn't home.
Yeah.
They wasn't home. But the person downstairs was home.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
And their shit had turtle juice all over it too?
Yes.
The downstairs one?
Yes. That's where the turtle juice went, downstairs.
Oh, the turtle juice made it downstairs.
Right. But I'm like, the area where the turtle was, it wasn't wet. And I didn't see no leakage, no nothing. But there was still brown water in the tank. And it was on crates. It was sitting on crates.
But there was no water wetness around it, but it was in a different area.
Correct.
What?
It was weird, bro. It was okay. So there's a hallway, and then there's the living room,
right?
And they had the turtle like right against the wall. So as soon as you walk in the hallway, you pass it.
Right. It's on the wall where the hallway starts. Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's like right there. Boom.
So you'll see it as you like start to walk into the hallway.
Right.
Okay.
But
where was the water at?
That area
underneath the turtle.
Underneath the turtle was not wet.
All dry.
The hallway.
The whole hallway
was wet.
And that was so it was like, where was the water coming from?
Exactly.
Because it didn't come out of the tank, is what you're saying. From what you could tell.
It probably came from the tank, but it looked like it was slow leak or some shit. But I didn't see no drippers.
How long does it take to get that wet?
I don't know. Leak? I don't know, but I didn't see. Like I said, it wasn't nobody home for upstairs.
Right.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So based on your investigation, you know what I mean, whatever limited investigation you do you have to figure out where the water's coming from, or like what's, or just get it up, or what's the deal?
Mean, most of the time it be pipes and shit,
right?
You know, right. From the toilet,
right?
Shit like that.
Something busts or something,
right? This particular moment, it was the turtle tank,
right?
So,
but there was no glass on the ground. There was nothing that looked like anything broke.
No,
maybe the turtle was just in there splashing like a fat fuck.
And that was a lot of water, bro.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It was more water than that would fit in the tank, right? So it's almost like a whole nother tank splashed on the ground.
Right.
But it's not there.
Right.
There's no tank to be found.
Right. No tank to be found.
But no person there either.
Right.
What if they just turned into pure water?
They probably gone on vacation.
And that's what happened. And they just disappeared into pure fucking water. Pure turtle juice. Just fell on the ground and just done. You've seen that in movies.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's totally possible.
Damn. Yeah, my eyes ain't ready for that. This motherfucker just splash right in front of me.
I mean, we're 70 or 80% water.
Right.
So if we think hard enough, we could just turn into pure water and just fucking fall out, just be done.
Nice.
Right? You could chemically change the rest of your body to straight water and just dissipate. Wow. We don't even talk about it anymore. Remember spontaneous human combustion?
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that either. Our bodies can spontaneously combust and just leave nothing but ash. And it won't even burn up the whole room. A lot of times even certain body parts aren't even burned all the way. It might only burn up to like the wrist sometimes, and then like the whole chest and top area, the whole thing is like burned to ash all the way up to like maybe their wrist or something on one hand, and then like maybe a foot on their other leg or something. And the whole space they're in will be like burned out and everything. They might even be on a mattress. The mattress ain't fully burned. Just in that spot. It's like just in that spot of that person is burned. Like it's almost like they're burned into the mattress. But it's like if they were burning that hot and that, that crazy, most of the time the mattress and everything and the curtains, it just catches and goes.
Right.
So a lot of times that's why they would call it spontaneous human combustion, because it was only burning like the person, and that's it. It wasn't really burning anything outside of them. You know, so
That's some wild.
it's right when you look into it. I mean, I haven't looked into it like that crazy, but I heard of spontaneous human combustion in the encyclopedias that my mom bought me when I was a kid. That's where I heard it from.
Yeah,
so it ain't no fucking conspiracy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not like it's some
long
shit.
time ago.
Well, not even that, but it's not even like you know, like people are going to be like, well, where do I find this information? It could be scrubbed by now for all we fucking know. You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's
because
the books we got back in the day.
right? It used to exist in those encyclopedias. I seen it. And that's where I read it at. So they had a picture of like someone in a chair, and like one leg is still there, and then like their hand is like still on the ground right there, and then everything else is just scorched. And they called it spontaneous human combustion. I remember that fucking picture. That's why it's like ingrained in my fucking face, you know, or my mind. I mean, you know, because I'm like, I remember seeing that picture, so it's ingrained as a kid. Like, spontaneous human combustion's a thing. It's in the.
I heard that in school somewhere. I just don't remember.
So yeah, but like no one ever talked about it. It was one of those things we don't. I mean, no one talks about it. It doesn't even come up in conversation anymore. No one says nothing about it. It's like, what could that be? Could that have been early military weapons that were like directed energy weapons? Like they could just hit a person in their DNA in a spot or something, and you know what I mean? Or was it evaporation? Was it somebody just getting evaporated? You know what I mean? Type of shit. Or was it? Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
it's unlimited at this point. Could be anything. Who knows?
I know they got some shit now though, but like, if there's
Right. We know they got some crazy weapons. Yeah.
if there's a group of people, they could shoot a laser over there, some shit, and like,
Like a sniper.
catch. They get heart attacks and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. They have the heart attack gun. Yeah. I heard of that. We heard of that in like 70s. People were talking about maybe even before that.
Damn.
We're talking about the heart attack guns. They've had the heart attack gun for a minute.
Got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like we've always said, you know, if they're showing you something in a movie, or if they're telling you about it, regardless of who's telling you, they're not, I told this to somebody the other day, I said, when they're telling you they're doing something or whatever, or admitting to something or whatever, they're not saying, oh, you know, we got caught or whatever. They're saying, this is what we've been doing since we started. Like, this is the whole plan we've had the whole
This
time.
is what is going on. Right?
Yeah, like it's been happening. Like, it's not something that just happened. It's not something that just started. This is what this system was built for. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much what they're saying, and that's how we have to understand it. It's, you know, so like when they come out and, you know, like even the whole point of them even coming out and saying half this shit, like, think about that, people. You know, like, think about what's the point of them coming out and saying this stuff, any of it, you know? If they really wanted to hide it or whatever, or whatever there was, you'd never see any of it. Why do you think this stuff is happening right now? That's what you have to start asking yourself. You know,
got to tell you.
right? Well, it's got to tell you something. You got to go, "Ooh, something's happening."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I need, you know, even if you don't want to get to the bottom of it or something, you just got to like think about it and go, something's definitely going on beyond what I understand, because there's no reason for all this stuff to be happening the way it's happening. You know, that's what I'm kind of saying. You know, it's like, we've already said it plenty of times. We're like, the world is wacky right now. It's a wacky world.
Man.
You know, it's like people go viral overnight and end up millionaires overnight over dumb shit, you know, and then turn around and lose it 2 weeks later and they're in jail or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. It's like, when have we ever seen some shit like this? Never. You know, it's like, it's a clown world. You know?
Got billionaires that got money doing shit like they don't have no money. Like, why are you doing that, bruh? You shouldn't be doing those dumb shit like this.
Well, that's the thing too. They're hoarding it. They're doing nothing but hoarding it. They're creating a class, you know. And so, when you think about it, it's like that's why when you have a class system, the whole point is that you have to have a certain group of people that are just never going to be on your level. You know, that's the whole point of creating a system like that. Is you're going to be able to put people in a position they'll never be able to reach what you have, because at this point you're just sucking it all out of them. It's all funneling up. You know what I mean? We're not keeping it on our level. We can't. It's almost impossible. They make it almost impossible. That's the part that we had to see. Once we saw that, then we had to start finding solutions. What are the solutions? Those are the things we talk about. Get into digital assets, start growing your own food, figure out, how to get out of the systems, grow, build your own businesses, stop working for them. You know what I mean? Like all these things you can do to move yourself forward and try to get out of these systems that are built against us. That's what we've been trying to tell everybody. These systems are so built against us, but the thing is they're all we know. So it's hard for people to go, okay, I'm going to go do something else. Nobody wants to do that because they're so comfortable in the system. Not crazy?
Man.
They don't want to get uncomfortable.
Got to, man. I try to get my mother, man. She's so stuck on the news.
Right. Still, right. Just like hard in the news, right?
In
the news is the news to her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, they cussed me out for me, trying to explain something to her. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Right.
I'm watching this news. For real. I'm like, damn. For real?
Programmed. Yeah. They got them, man. They programmed us. And I was thinking, I think I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I said, think about the technologies over the time, right? If they can use the TVs we have now as a monitoring device, because they can use it either as a screen or as a microphone, right? Because they can reverse it and make it go the other way. It's projecting to us, but they can turn it and make it go their way too. We understand that. That's possible. But that's been possible since the beginning. Because even old TVs that just had the antenna on them, how were they buzzing that to your house? You see what I'm saying? We never, radio waves. No one's asking about what radio waves are. But that means if they can go one way, they can go the other way. That thing can also beam some shit out too. So you got to think, those TVs were listening to us. And then before that, we had radios in our houses. Where's that getting a signal from? You see what I'm saying? That can be used to beam back out as well. They've always had a listening device in our homes for years, folks. This is what I'm trying. You see what I'm saying? When you start connecting things, you start actually looking at things logically. If you've ever had a device in your house since the beginning of time, it's always been a monitoring device.
Bomb droppers. Yeah.
You have to look at it that way.
Now, man,
you have to look at it
got worse now.
And it's even worse now.
They got what?
How many microphones are in this room right now?
Oh, man.
At least 20.
A lot.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The two we're on. You know what I mean? We got speakers right here. We got a TV right there. We got a phone right there. There's a fucking Bluetooth speaker right there. There's a Bluetooth speaker right. You see what I'm saying?
Phone, my phone.
Right, phones. Like, how many microphones are in this fucking room right now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
How many are in a room at any given time? So like that's when you really put it in perspective. You got to go, wow, they built a fucking crazy network without us paying attention. Without us truly understanding what was actually happening to us, and then you can take it further. We've talked about lead paint. Remember back in the day, lead paint. And they always said, lead paint was bad for you and stuff.
Nope.
Lead paint was good for your walls because it kept the radio waves out.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
That's why they got rid of it.
Right. That's why they had to get rid of that lead paint so that they could get into your home.
Right.
Because now we have Wi-Fi. And now we have, like I said, all these things, microphones, and then they can beam in because your house isn't protecting you anymore. Yeah, because back then, you would go in your house and the signals couldn't come in. You were free. You had like your own Faraday cage built as your home. Your home was a Faraday cage to stay away from the fucking electronic psyop shit that's going on.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
So that's crazy. So they started the babies eating lead and shit.
They made all that
Lead
shit up just to
poison.
fucking make people scared
Get
of
rid
lead
of that,
and get
yeah.
rid of the paints. Yeah. So they could get in your homes.
Yeah.
So they could get in your homes, folks. You see how this is so systematic and it's done over time. That's why they had till 2030 to get you prepared for the harvest. Not anymore, folks. It's not happening. You can see the world changing. We're collapsing their systems as you fucking know it. That's why we're saying we're not here to bring doom and gloom. We're here to bring solutions. You know what I mean? We talk about the shit. We say the stuff they were doing. We got to expose it. We got to show what's happening. But that doesn't mean we have to just sit here and go, okay, well, fuck, what are we going to do?
Right.
You know, like that's something we can't do. We're not going to do that. You know, none of us should be doing it. And that's why it's the mindset. We're here to help show people. Sometimes you just need people to show you like a different way, a different idea, a different avenue for you to then click something in your mind and start to figure some shit out. You know, the more people we get in touch with, the better. You know, us and everybody else out here in the truther community putting all the information out, you know. We're just trying to get the information out so that people can get new ideas in their heads and we can build a better future. Come on.
Bomb droppers.
Because we ain't doing this shit no more.
Shit. So mother, she watching the little news, right?
Yes, sir.
And then so they threw Kamala Harris on that. So I'm like, look at this.
Guess who's back?
Look
Where's
at
she been at?
this.
Where's she been at?
I see what's going on. Everybody don't like Trump now, right?
They're trying to warm everybody back up.
Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Trying to warm everybody back up for the next round.
Yeah, and then everybody gonna go blue, and then they're gonna be messed up again. In the same predicament.
They can't help it, man. There's you know, because you got to think. Somebody said this the other night on a podcast I heard. See, back in the day, you used to have like a town crier. That's the person who would scream the news, right? They just stand in town and just scream the news all day so that people could get the news and then pass it along. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear? That's why they used to always say that. Oh, did you hear? You know? So you have a town crier, right? And most, 9 times out of 10, everybody would hear the same news for the most part. But it was very slow because you had one town crier. And if people weren't passing the news, nobody was really hearing it. So then they put out newspapers or newsletters, right? Or, things like that. So then that started becoming the news. And now you could pass that out. You could get it to more people. You could inform more people, right? Now we have the internet and we have this and we have, you see what I'm saying? So like it's evolved to where they said what the idea was. A town crier felt like it was the news for everyone. Now you have like chat GPT and the internet, and now you think it's news for you. You see what I'm saying? It's not even news for everyone anymore. It's just it's probably your algorithm is tailored it to you. It's programming you with your news in a way. That's what they were kind of getting at. Where like it's individualized now. The town crier isn't just crying to everybody now. They're crying individually to everybody.
Bomb droppers.
And we're all getting different news. Isn't that fucking weird?
So basically,
Yeah.
it's our own AI now.
Yeah. It's here. Yeah.
That what you saying?
I mean, just all of it together. Yeah. AI, internet, all that stuff. It's like you can tailor your world to yourself and not even realize what you're doing. Because you're just trying to, I like this, or I want this, I want this. I don't like that. Get me that away. You know what I mean? And the more and more you teach it some shit, your algorithm just fucking funnels right down and says, I'm giving you just this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of being more
like they know you and shit.
Right. I mean, we don't know how much our phones are doing weird shit like that, and our emails and all the stuff connected to us in some way. How do we know it's not feeding us shit that we don't even know it's feeding us because this is the shit we want to see? You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
that's why I was saying that the other week. I said we can't trust anything, nothing, truthfully, except for this conversation right here, because I know me and you had this conversation. It's on film, but people watching it on film can't trust it because they weren't here. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
But we can trust it because we know we were here and we said what we said.
Right.
But somebody on the internet could look at this and still go, I wasn't there, though. I can't trust anything they're saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the craziness of, because it's like we got AI, we got fucking, you can do audio weird shit, you know what I mean? Like you can do, I mean, there's so many ways
the problem now.
to fucking deep fake shit, you know what I mean? All kinds of things. We can't trust anything we see, pretty much. We can only trust the conversations that we have with each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, truthfully. Everything else, grain of salt. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, we can only trust the conversations we can have with each other. And so part of that is what I've noticed is that's why a lot of people go live online. Because when you're live, that is harder to be manipulated in the moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody could film you doing something and then turn around and create a film and then put it out. But if you're live, it's harder to relive that when you just did it.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Now, if they see a video later, people know that there was a live. Okay, I can go back to the live. Oh, that didn't happen in there. Where did this come from?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's more like you're trying to get the best evidence you can in that moment, even if it's video. But because it was live and recorded and streamed live, it's harder to fake that we understand. You know what I mean? If you have the right equipment, you can fake anything.
That's crazy.
But what I'm saying is the normal average person does not have the technology or the skill to fake live shit. You know what I mean? In that manner. To and change everything and make it look like you're doing some shit you're not doing. We don't have that technology for the most part. Right. Like readily available is what I'm saying. And the average person can just try it out. But it's getting close, and we're close. So having the live conversations with each other, that's why people try to go out and put information on the internet through a live conversation and a live interaction and talk to the public. That way it's kind of like I said, it's kind of becoming back to the town crier again. It's one person saying until everybody is starting to gather and say, oh, he's probably right about that. Now we can say more about this and talk more about this, But we're bringing it back to that town crier shit. That's,
Yeah, man.
We don't want to get our information from just random fucking places.
Right, but it's just some people that just don't get it, bro. Just don't listen to you.
Yeah, it just sucks that there's always going to be people like that, though.
And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Because you have the answers. It's like, but you don't even want to seek it. Why you don't even want to seek it? Right. That's the point. They have to want it. In some form.
Yeah.
In some form.
I agree on that.
So,
you gotta want it.
Gotta want it. Because, that's the programming. The programming has got them to a point where they're like, this is it. I'm done here. I don't need to know anymore. I don't need to know anymore. Everything I need to know is right here. And this is all I focus on. Some people get into that funnel system of that. And they don't want to do anything outside of that. But those are the people, like I said, sometimes I think those people are out here now, and they're the ones who are fearful of doing shit. And then by the time they get to a certain age, they're definitely not going to do it because now they're really fearful of it. Because now they're uncertain as they're getting older. And it's like, that's why if we're living our lives, man, and we're making mistakes and we're doing things and we're learning and we're growing, by the time we get to that age, we're not going to be scared to do anything. We're going to be like, well, let's go try it. I'll go try that. Let's go, and You know, so it's like, I think there was a generation of people that were like that for whatever reason, that just, once they got tunnel vision into their life, they just stayed there and they never moved from that. You know, there's a generation of people that just got stuck for whatever reason.
Yeah, I agree, man. Cause I was talking to one guy not too long ago. He was like, man, shit, I just got started with my life,
Right.
and I'm 45.
Right. Like a redo. It's like a refresh.
I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. That's why they say start over as many times as you need to.
Right.
It's up to you, man. You know, you know, and then they say every so often you reinvent yourself kind of in a way, anyways. You know, you kind of every so many years or so your body you just change anyways. You know,
every 7 years,
yeah,
your body changes.
Your body resets kind of all the cells, right?
Yeah,
that's right. So yeah, you can use that time to fucking rebalance your life and figure things out. You know, you get yourself on a cycle too.
Right. And that's why see, and that's why. With your credit, if it stay on for like 7 years, it go away.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
After so long, it just falls off or what? Yeah. I got you.
So that's how your body works too.
It all works the same, right?
Right, exactly.
I see where you're going.
So instead of falling off,
it all works. It's all working in perpetual motion with each other.
There it is.
That's the word we're looking for. I see where we're going with that.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just, you know, everything that we're doing in this world, you know, all the different ways we're trying to figure things out and you know, put our ideas together and, you know, and like I've said before, I can't do everything. Everything I'm learning, I can't do everything because it takes energy to do each and everything of those things. And, you know, some of them need more energy than others. So that's why I try, you know, that's the whole point of building a community and getting people out there to you know, to look into this information is because you may be better suited to do these other things and then to help others than I am in certain situations, you know. I talked to somebody the other day and I said, you know, there's nobody in my family like me. There's nobody gathering this information at all. You know what I mean? At this point, if they're not watching or haven't watched or any of this, they don't know any of this. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not paying attention to any of this stuff for the most part. You know? So I'm like, you know, I mean, yeah, they know a little bit here and there, you know, I mean, they're not totally in the dark, but what I'm saying is they're not gathering information like I am. For whatever reason, I got the calling to gather this information and to point people.
The news.
Right. And I'm cataloging it. 174 episodes before this one, you know, 175. And we're cataloging this information so whenever anybody needs to come find it, they can come find it. At least for now, until YouTube shuts down, right? Or they try to strike you down. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? So like, that's the point too, is like, I'm cataloging this information. This information, some of it may not be for now. It may be for in the near future when everybody starts waking the fuck up, when shit starts really fucking moving and people are going, where do I learn? Here's a place to start. Here's a place to start. And then you figure out where you want to go from there.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
You know, that's it. That's what I'm building this for. You know, this is my thoughts. I'm just building it for the future when everybody needs to figure out what's what and what happened. What happened? What was going on during the war? Because they didn't even know we was in a war. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see how we cataloged it over the years. You know, put all the information together. Didn't let them tell lies. Didn't let them rewrite history. Because we're here telling y'all the fucking truth, or at least look into it and see if it is the truth. What do you believe to be the truth? You know? Don't just accept what they're saying. That's what we're trying to tell you.
You know, because we could be liars.
We could be too. We don't know what the fucking truth is all the way.
We don't know everything.
You know?
So...
But we have alternate ideas. We have alternate thinking. We're not just accepting their fucking thoughts. That's what we're saying.
Right. There it is. So, bomb droppers. Better for you to do your own research, man.
Right. Because it's the idea behind that is because when you actually see it for yourself, that's what makes it satisfying. Yeah. Not just because someone told you, but because you looked into it, you read it, you understood it, you found something else you wasn't looking for. Right. You know what I mean? You're going, oh shit, look at this. And this ties it. And then next thing you know, you go, that makes sense now. Makes fucking sense. And then you might actually have another thought and go, oh, so that's why that plays into this, and that plays into this, and the next thing you know, welcome to the club.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Hey, you digging now.
Right.
How you doing?
Exactly.
Here with us.
Mm-hmm. You just had to unlock it. That's all it is.
That's all.
Everybody's capable. You just have to unlock it. You know? That's what awakening is.
Is it because they don't know what to research or where to start?
Well, I think it kind of shatters your whole idea of the world in a way, because it does, and I understand the idea of that. But what it does is, like, if you're living on an idea of everything's fair, all I got to do is work hard, and then you start hearing all this stuff going, no, it's all been rigged against you. You're gonna think in your mind, you know, in a rational, somebody rational mind is probably gonna go, what have I been doing my whole life? They're just gonna like lose it. Like, what? What do you mean I've been following a system that's just lied to me the whole time? You know what I mean? So like to them, they're probably just like, they're not in that mode yet of, oh, I can do something about it. They're just thinking my whole life's a lie. Like that just shatters them. Instead of going, wait a minute. If they've been lying about that, what else have they been lying about? Like that's where that's what wakes you up. Right. That's when you wake up. You know, that's when you're going, wait a minute. What am I doing? What's the life I am living? Right. Am I really living or am I just surviving? Am I just, you see what I'm saying? You start thinking about your shit. And you're not just, okay, I got to pay this. Okay, I got to work. Okay, I got to do this. Okay, I got to make dinner. You're not just fucking a robot at that point. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going, logically, what's happening right now? You know, and that's why we always got to say too, you can only control what's happening to you in that moment. That's it. Stop worrying about what all the fuck's happened over here, what fuck's happened over. Yes, we can be sad and we know things are, but you got to remember, there's other people working on those things because you're not there to do it. But if you were there, you'd be helping. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's, you know, like the, you know what I mean? That's the idea. But what can you do in your moment, in your area, in your space? What can you do?
Your role.
What's your role there? Mm-hmm. Right. Because that's the part of it. Think about that. If I get you to keep believing you can't help what's going on over here, now I can just start loosening your fucking energy because you're in such doom and fear of what's happening over here without really worrying about what you're doing. And I'm just feeding off that energy. Feeding off that energy. Because I got you thinking about all this other shit. And that's why I said you can still have, you know, empathy for them and you still understand that there's things happening. But the thing is how do you help? Maybe you share a community group. Maybe you look into some stuff. Maybe you start figuring out some things. What do you do well? You know what I mean? Like that's why I say get something and go for it. Figure it out. If you feel like you want to go figure out the tax situation, go look into that shit if you're good with numbers. You see what I'm saying? Like figure out what you want to do and chase it and go, I'm going to figure this out. I'm cracking this code.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cracking this code.
You know, and another problem is people try to learn too many things at once.
Right.
So you just gotta.
That's true.
Learn something.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing too much. Yeah. And that's why I keep saying, pick something and go because I can't do everything. That's okay. You know, I understand that now, but I've had those moments. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I had those moments.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta pick one, master that,
and then move to the next one.
Move to the next one.
Boom.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, because you try and cram everything together, it's going to get crossed out.
It does feel overwhelming. Yeah. That's exactly how you get overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But right, you got to focus in on, that's why I said just focus in on one thing and just fucking go for it. Yeah. And say, I'm going to go at this right now. I'm going to start working on this shit. Right. This is my goal. And these are the steps I'm going to get. And these are the milestones I'm going to hit. And then when I get to this, I know I'm in a good spot. Then I can move on to something else. That's the whole idea.
And that's another thing.
Yes.
People don't.
You're on it.
People don't set goals. You gotta set a goal for yourself. Like, for example, say you want to have more money than what you had last year.
Right.
You gotta set a goal. Like, all right, I'm gonna have more money than I had last year. Like,
Right.
all right,
And then you got to start saving.
that's it.
You got to start working on it. And you got to start asking yourself, do I really need this? Or is this just a luxury? Do I really want to go out? Or do I want to, you know what I mean? Do I want to build my future, or do I want to just go spend it on whatever? You know? Those are the things you got to start. You know, like something I told somebody the other day too was, you know, we've talked about where, you know, if I can't control the food I'm putting in my body, if I can't control the drink I'm putting in my body, if I can't control the you know, the media and the internet and the type of shit that I'm putting in my mind, what kind of a man am I? Who am I? If I can't control none of that stuff, I'm just a slave to the internet. I'm just a slave to the fucking all this shit, you know, like, oh, I can't, you know, I can't stop eating because I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, who are we then? What kind of people are we? You know, that we're just slaves to our own fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Right. And so that's the part you have to wrangle. That's the part you got to work out. Is you got to go. You know, that's why we've talked about before. Is clean up your internet. You know what I mean? If your Instagram is full of junk, clear that shit out and put good stuff in there. You know, start looking up planting and start looking up, you know, the different things you want to do and the fun things you like and the artists you actually listen to, not just motherfuckers because they do popular weird shit. Right. You know what I mean, or whatever. Yeah. You know, or go viral on some shit. Yeah. You know, it's like you know, it's like, oh, I just want to be here for the train wreck, right? And then you wonder why your life's a train wreck. You know what I mean? Put yourself in a better position in there. Boom. Now you're changing something, right? You know, if you want to get healthier, start going for walks, start doing some things, start moving yourself in a position to get healthier, start making better choices in your food. Take something out like we've talked about before, you know, do different. I mean, there's so many options we can do here, folks.
Yeah.
You know, but
again, it's that fast food.
Right.
You know, you could bake chicken.
Do some fasting.
You could bake chicken all week. You could bake some chicken and separate it all week.
Right.
And have some rice.
Yeah. I made some chicken and rice today.
See what I'm saying? Just dress that shit.
Yep. I made some chicken and rice today, right? And it's going to last a few days. Yeah. You got
to change that mindset, folks. That's what we're getting at. Change that mindset.
Right. That's part of it. Right. That's part of it is cleaning up as many things as you can clean up because, right, how are you going to control yourself? You know? That's the other thing, too. Think about it. If you go on a 3-day fast, you know, which I've done before, that takes some work and some control. Like you're like, at some point you're like, I should be eating right now. Like you're in those, like everyone has that. You know, like I should get something to eat. You get the hunger pains. You get that stuff, right? Not the hunger pains, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The feeling of hunger. Yeah. That all comes.
Like you gotta eat.
Like you should eat, right? Mm-hmm. And so you gotta work through that. You gotta pass through that. Okay, now do you give into that? If you give into that, well then you're weak, right? You know what I'm saying? But if you fight through that, you go, okay, I got to go find something else. You know, okay, I'm going to go take a nap or I'm going to go for a run or just find something else to do. But if you're just sitting there wondering about when I'm going to get my next meal, what do you think's happening? You're feeding into it. You're feeding into it. But if you just forget about it, go about your business and you got things, still got to get your tasks done. You still got to do your daily shit. Still got to go to work, whatever. You know what I mean? Just do your shit. And don't think about it. That's the point. Get your mind off of that and just move on. Right. And you'll get through those times, you know. But yes, you sit there, you know, you go home and then you're like, damn, you see them bananas sitting on the table. You're like, damn, just one banana won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a banana. It's good for you. Right. But you giving in at that point still. You see what I'm saying? You're still giving in. It's like that's what you're fighting. Your own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and just, right. You got to learn. That's why we say you got to learn to talk better to yourself. You got to learn to talk. You know what I mean? If you're doing all these things in together and you put this whole package together, you're a totally different person. You know, you'll become a totally different person. You'll build yourself into somebody different.
And people will see that too.
Right. Yeah.
Like, damn, man, you changed. Yeah.
Something different about you, man.
Right.
You've been doing something. Something's different. Something's different.
No, I've just been, working on my job. Doing what I got to do. Okay, man.
Right.
That's working.
I see you.
Yeah. Try to tell you.
Yeah. Yo, let's get into this song.
What's that?
Chemo. Watch the Haters. Coming out on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay. Wait, what is that?
May 5th.
May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So I think we got, let's see, I think we're 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Yep. We're just about 2 weeks out.
Shout out to the Sam Boys.
Yep. 1/3 of the Sam Boys right there. Chemo. Know what's up. So yeah, he's putting out his album called Watch the Haters. Finally got it together. Should have came out last year, but shit happens, and we got it together this year. But we wanted to play something for you. Another song. If you've been watching the last few episodes, we have leaked some things and stuff like that. And if you stuck around for Mr. Prim's TikTok, you definitely heard some different shit. You know what I mean? But if you're following along here at Awkward Intelligence, Chemo, Watch the Haters, Worthy.
Ain't fucking with you haters. Haters ain't worthy. Haters ain't worthy.
I ain't fucking with you haters.
Backstabbing motherfuckers. Backstabbing motherfuckers. Backstabbing motherfuckers.
I ain't fucking with you haters.
Backstabbing
Haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing
You
motherfuckers.
haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing
You
motherfuckers.
haters ain't worthy. I ain't fucking with you haters.
Backstabbing
Haters
motherfuckers.
ain't worthy.
Backstabbing
You
motherfuckers.
haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing
You
motherfuckers.
haters ain't worthy.
Now tell me why I give my energy to a nigga acting like a friend of me. Ain't nothing but an enemy. Ain't gotta tell me why. When I look into his eye, I could tell that nigga's a motherfucking lie. Nigga still full of child play, like mom and dad used to say. Nigga, you better behave, or you'll find yourself in the early grade. Like them youngsters cutting up, fucking up, tooting powder, turned the fuck up. Stupid is as stupid does. Find yourself in a black box covered up in dust. Talking down on me or mine with a bold face line. You say we fam, but you wanna see me die. Friend or foe, you ain't no friend of mine. Don't need no nigga on my side, cause that's the type of nigga that get you caught up thinking that you blind. Once I see the signs, I push away, motherfucker, cause I'm bout mine, bout mine.
I ain't fucking with you haters. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. I ain't fucking with you haters. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy.
Take my kindness for my weakness. You haters be sleeping. Ain't no doctor gon' treat this. Do this shit cause I need this. Everything I do it with neatness. Haters hating cause I leave them in deep shit. VOG, I'm a victim. The game got me hitting them. PPE is platinum. Entertainment, that's why I'm rapping. I'm a leader, that's what's happening. Got you haters jumping like a rabbit. Your mom and dad with some bitches, that's why you got some bad habits. Reaching for my goals, haters, I ain't having it. Grabbing it and stabbing it. Got my own lab, bitch, I'm tracking it. Looking at you phony motherfuckers laughing it. Doing good is my habit, you haters ain't lagging it. Stupid ass parents should've dropped that ass over the balcony. Got them haters roaming around coming after me. Mad at me, the masterpiece, exactly. They can't even have me.
I ain't fucking with you haters. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. I ain't fucking with you haters. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing motherfuckers.
You haters ain't worthy. You haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing motherfuckers.
You haters ain't worthy.
Backstabbing motherfuckers.
I ain't fucking with you haters. You haters ain't worthy. No, you haters ain't worthy. No, you haters ain't worthy.
Chemo. Watch the haters.
Watch the haters, baby.
Cinco de Mayo. It's on the way.
Niggas ain't worthy, man. Ain't worthy, man. Watch the haters.
Yep. And we just unveiled the cover too. When they watch that, when they're watching this, they'll see the cover for the first time too.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Because I haven't been able to put a cover up, official cover. This will be the official cover.
Gotcha.
Yep. They'll be able to see the official cover during that playthrough right there.
Chemo.
I'll pop it on the screen for you.
Yes, sir. I hear you, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. You know.
Summer release. Let's go.
Gotta stay motivated, man.
Yep.
Gotta stay motivated.
More on the way.
Gotta
More
do
on the
something.
way.
Just keep moving. Keep moving. That's the goal. To keep moving.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. Just last week. You know what I mean? We just, Rich Black, we just dropped the Apes of Medellin too, you know? That one just hit.
Rich.
We told everybody about that one last week.
Shout out to you, Black.
Yep. And then a couple weeks before that was April 1st was Apex. So that one dropped too. So yeah, just go check out.
One thing I say
look up
about
Rich
Black, that motherfucker be working, boy.
He got tracks.
Yeah.
He got tracks.
I remember back in the day, the motherfucker just had just straight beats. I used to go to him to get my beats.
He had all the beats, huh?
The motherfucker had all the beats. He had all the beats, but that was one guy that would not want to give up his shit, boy. He'd be like, nah.
He's like, I need that one.
Yeah.
I need that one. It's like, you're not
He
even
play
using
it. He'll play this shit when he with you. But you leave him by yourself with it?
Yeah.
Nah. There's a slim chance you gonna get that day. Man. You know how many times I had to ask this man, like, come on, Bob, please let me get the CD, man. Please. Yeah, I think it was like all day I asked this motherfucker. And then
Hoarding them beats.
Yeah. I guess he just gave in like, here, man, here, go ahead.
He's like, here, just take it. Just take it. Just, you're not gonna
Thank
stop.
you, man. Shit. But yeah. That's what it is, man. I like
Yep,
that.
still working. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I mixed the chemo stuff, helped mix the black stuff. You're still doing all that. So yeah, PPE is fucking working. Putting that shit in.
Putting that work.
Yeah, and just so you know too, it's 28 songs on Watch the Haters.
Oh, got 28 of them things?
28 songs.
Oh, that's like a double, triple
That
disc
is
out this.
right. It's at least a double disc. Remember dropping them doubles?
I
and
ain't seen a
triples?
double disc in a
In
minute.
a minute.
Jeez.
You put 14 tracks on each album and do a double disc.
Right. I can name the
A couple of them.
amount of CDs that I had.
Some double discs. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, most famous double. I think it's the first double
Yeah.
disc to like ever really come out too. I think that was the first one, the double disc action like that,
Right.
like to officially be a double disc. Most of them were like greatest hits and things like that. They had double discs and stuff like that. But like, I think they said like he's credited with like having that first double disc album like that release.
Okay.
Yeah, that might have been a Tupac action.
That's crazy. I just sat up here and said I could tell you some names. Now this shit is not coming.
It's now you went blank.
Yeah, but I know some ones that. Oh, Biggie Smalls had one too.
He had a double disc.
Yeah.
The Life After Death was a double disc. Right?
Yeah, that was a double disc.
Yep.
It was another one back in the day. I just can't remember right now, man.
I mean, R. Kelly had a double disc.
Yeah.
A few different artists. Yeah, a few different artists out there have double disc.
Not too many had them.
You're right though. There was not a. It wasn't like a whole bunch, but
Right.
there was. A lot of the double disc were like compilations. Would be compilations. You know, when you'd have like a soundtrack or something, would do a double disc sometimes or shit like that. It would be something, you know. But like you're saying, most artists weren't doing double discs.
Right.
You know, I think E40 did a double disc a couple times.
Man, I didn't really.
Yeah, it's like that's why I say it's
I
not.
didn't really get down with him like
Yeah.
that.
Did Wu-Tang or any of them ever do a double
Yeah,
disc?
they did.
Wu-Tang did a double disc?
Wu-Tang had a double disc.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, they had to have one. They had to have a double
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah.
Throw it in the comments if you remember some double discs out there,
Right.
or you can refute Tupac and his fucking shit. Was he the first one to do the double disc, or I just make that shit up?
Damn. Bone Thugs and Harmony had one.
They had one. They had one.
Yeah.
With Crossroads and all that, right?
Yeah.
It was on that. Was it that one?
I don't
Or was it their
think
second
that
one?
one? But it
Was one of them.
Yeah.
I got you.
was one of them.
That makes sense. Yeah, I would believe it.
Right.
I don't know that I had too many of their albums, but I had the first one though. Creeping on the Come Up. Everybody had that one with Easy.
That was my shit.
Yeah. And then the one with Crossroads, East 99. That's what it was called, East 99. That one, I definitely had that one. But then after that, don't really relate too much after that one.
Think about back in the days.
Right,
Boy,
right.
boy. You know
But
what?
smokers only. But smokers only. More
actually-
murder, more murder, come again.
Man, that was my shit. If you wanna go cash, then that's gonna have to play tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Shit. Oh yeah, in high school, we had a guy. His name was Brian.
B-Rye.
His name was Brian. I forgot his last name, man. I wish I remember his last name so I could look him up, man. Cause he knew all the lyrics.
He had it down.
He looked like Busy Bone and all that shit too.
He said he knew Busy Bone
no.
shit and everything. Because haven't
He looked like him.
Even know, he looked like Busy Bone?
He came to school looking like this motherfucker.
Nice.
Bruh.
Transformed overnight.
And he knew all the words, bruh.
Yeah. There was
Like,
always one out
motherfucker was trying to, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker was just trying to say anything. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But this dude, he was
knew it.
actually
He
was
knew
saying the words. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking
Figuring that
Brian,
shit
yo.
out,
So
man.
start calling him Bone.
Yeah, Brian Bone.
That's Bone right there.
Bone, yeah.
We call him Bone. Bone.
That's how they get their names, see?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I can never forget that shit. This motherfucker he looked just like this dude. Yo. Came to school, just looked just like just like him. He knew every word. If you put him to the machine to see how many words he said, he matched. I guarantee he get a high number.
Right. He's at like
98,
98%.
yeah, 98, some shit like that. I won't say 100, but
Right.
you know what I mean, 98, some shit like that.
Well, the thing was, is back in the day, some of those albums used to come with like the J cards and stuff, or the pamphlet.
yeah.
And the words would be in there sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes the words would be in there for different songs and different stuff.
Right.
So yeah, people didn't know that shit back in the day. If you didn't have to experience that, like you open up that J card and be like 4 pages and
Hell
shit.
yeah, you had pictures and shit.
Pictures, and that'd be like song lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you would learn what it would actually say because the song lyrics would be in there. Right. So yeah, that happened more with like rock songs and stuff than it did with rap stuff. But some of the rap stuff had some of that. You know, some of it had some booklets.
Yeah.
I remember like when CD Baby, like early 2000s, 2001, 2002, when CD Baby came out and you could like pay for a booklet and get like a 4-page booklet or something. And it wasn't that much more, truthfully, like at the time, like it might be like, you might be paying for like 1,000 records, you know what I mean? 1,000 CDs or something with like a 2-page booklet was like 1,500, right? Or something around there, 2,200 or something,
Right.
But it would be like $3,000 if you want like the extra booklet and the other shit or something. So it'd be like another $600-700. So at the time, that's a lot. You know what I mean? But like you think about it now, be like, man, I would have did that. I should have did that shit. Why the fuck would I doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you said,
Should've
that
got the
moment.
booklet, but in that moment, that $600-700 was worth a lot more. Yeah, I could do a lot more with that $600-700 back in those times.
See, we wasn't thinking about the future.
We wasn't.
We wasn't thinking about the future.
We wasn't.
No, that's crazy.
I wasn't ready to gamble on myself at that time, I guess. You know what I mean?
I kind of was.
Yeah.
But my aunt threw my shit away.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna keep the motherfucking cars
Yeah.
because I knew them jumps were gonna hit when I got old.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta find mine.
They was gonna hit, man. Oh man.
Oh, you know what?
Oh man, I don't want to think. About
I think I gave most of my stuff. I gave most of it to my brother, I think, back in the day. He definitely doesn't have that shit. There's no way he has that shit. I'm gonna have to check with him. I swear I left him some stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but I swear I probably left him some stuff. Because when I went to the military, I think I left. You know what I mean? Like I left him something. I was like, here, man, you can have this shit, and then the rest of my shit I'm taking or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm sure I gave him something. I swear I did. I'm gonna have to double check with him. I think I might have. I'm gonna have to just verify that. I'm gonna have to talk to him and see if I actually sent him some shit or not. I left him some shit. I mean, when I rolled out.
I'm like, man, hell
Whatever happened to that shit, man? Like,
you gonna have a box sitting right there. Hell no.
like, he'd be like, man, if I still had that shit, you think I'd be doing what I was doing right now, man? I'd fucking be rich right now, bro. You had fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because I had like Kemp rookie cards.
Yeah, man.
I had Sean Elliott rookie cards.
Don't even.
I had fucking.
I had Tim Holloway.
Right. I had like some Tim Hardaway rookie. I think I did have a Tim Hardaway rookie.
Every
like 91
thing you could
91
think
tops,
about.
right? I had
Tops.
I had tops 91, I think.
Tops, upper.
Yeah.
Had all that shit,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. The thing, remember we talk about, every time we talk about this is what comes up. I have those music cards though, remember? I always talk about those ones. I have a whole set of the music cards where it has bands on it and their stats are on the back. You know what I mean? And and rappers and stuff like that too. I'll have to bring them in one day and show them.
That's
to you.
crazy. I try to get into wrestling, the little wrestling cards and shit. But
those were from back then. If you'd had ones from back then, they'd probably be worth some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get into it like how it was with the baseball and basketball.
And yeah, we've talked about this on the show. I don't remember, but that's what I was like. The only reason I got into that was because my uncle had got a bunch of them, and we put like 4 or 5 sets together. Right. And then he told me to keep one. So he was like, one's for you. And then he kept one, gave one to like his son and stuff like that. Because my uncle just bought they were going out of print at the time. This was probably 94. They were going out of print or something like that. And so he bought, like he said, he might spend like $200 and bought like the last like 30 packs or some shit or something, or the whole crate of them or whatever the fuck it was. And just one summer for a couple of days, we just opened them all up and just fucking made sets. And just made a bunch of sets and see how many sets we could make out of that. All the packs we got, and we ended up making like 5 or 6 sets, full sets, even a couple with misprints and everything. Found some misprints and shit, some missed joints and stuff. So yeah, it's like, and I still have that. It's in storage, and I still have it. I still have the fucking the full set in a box, never touched, just in a box on its own. Still pristine, man. Pristine fucking cards. If they're ever worth something, I got a fucking gold mine right there.
Definitely.
It might be the last remaining set on the earth right now. Who knows?
Oh my God.
I might have it.
Now I'm thinking about this shit.
I might have
I had
it.
Larry Bird.
Oh,
I had Magic Johnson.
I had some Magic Johnsons.
I had his All-Star.
I had some Magic Johnson All-Star game ones.
Man.
I had one where it had like Jordan defending him. It was a picture of like him with Jordan defending him.
Right.
And I was like, who's got that?
Right.
Nobody. I did.
I don't know. I probably had it back
He's like, I might have that
No, just had a little check. I can't even check for you, man.
Yeah, it was called like a superstar card or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever have the ones with the
I saw those ones. I don't know that I had too many of those, but I
Man,
definitely saw
the
those.
hologram-
Yeah, those look pretty
man.
cool. The hologram
I had a
ones.
Jordan one, man.
I bet that was worth some shit.
Had an Iverson.
Look it up.
Man.
Let's look it up right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to see the fucking price for it, bro. I swear, I don't even want to see it. That's crazy, right? So now, if I would have still had it, like right now,
Right.
like, I probably wouldn't know where the hell where to go.
Right. You'd have to ask ChatGPT.
Like,
Where do I take this? Yeah, there's collectible card shops around every now and again. You'll find one, and then you go and you take them in there, and then they'll I think you can get them like what is it called, appraised or whatever. They'll appraise it and then see like what it's worth or what it based on condition and whatever. And then they'll appraise it. Then once it's appraised, they could buy it or they might find you a buyer. Sometimes they might say, okay, I will look see if anybody's interested. And then put they probably do like an email shout. They just shout out, hey, I got this card in. If somebody is interested, hit us up. So yeah, I think that's how they do it nowadays. Or like you go to car, you know how they have the card expos and stuff sometimes. They'll have like a, you know, in the convention center or something.
I don't really look for that type shit though.
No, I know, but if you were interested in that,
Right.
that's what you would have to, that goes to something like that.
Something right.
You'd
I
have to
got you.
find
I got you.
a card convention like in somewhere in your neighborhood or in your neighboring area and just go to that and see if anybody's willing to buy anything there.
Can't find no shit. Like
Yeah.
that, you know
You'd
what
have
I'm
to,
saying?
yeah.
I want to find a poker. I want to find a poker one.
A poker room.
Yeah.
They're at the casino, man. Or are you talking about just like your neighborhood poker spot?
Yeah. Like,
Nice.
you know how they go to like Vegas and shit, like Hawaii and shit.
Right.
Start playing the tournaments and shit.
Oh, the tournaments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to know how to get into that shit. Like,
You got to go to the casino and get in the tournament. They're there all the time.
oh, so just go to casino.
Yeah.
And start playing.
Or wherever they
then-
play cards at, yeah.
And then I get drafted.
Yeah, and then if you're good enough, they'll fucking pull you up to the fucking majors, man. Yeah. You just got to find a place, that's throwing tournaments and just get in one of them. They got them all the time over at the casino, yeah. They do poker tournaments over there. I don't think the buy-in is too bad either. Like, you know what I mean? Like in those the smaller ones, and then you win that tournament or whatever. You do well there. You can move to a different tournament. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah. Try your luck somewhere else.
Hey, man, it's not my fault. I hear somebody trying to call you when you try to call them and they wasn't ready for you. They want to keep calling me, blow my shit out.
Right. I called you an hour ago. I was ready then.
Right.
Now I'm busy.
Right.
Now I'm busy. I got shit going on. Yeah, let's get into this. Anybody hear about these scientists that keep going missing? Anybody hearing news on this stuff? Anybody seeing anything? You heard anything about this? These scientists, there's like 10 or 11 scientists right now that have gone missing over the last couple of years or died in mysterious ways or whatever, and they're all connected to like the same project and shit. It's kind of like they're offing them or something, or they're getting them out the way, kind of a shit.
Nah.
You haven't heard nothing really on that?
No.
It's been coming up a lot. I've been seeing it on different
What
things.
type of scientists? Like, what are they doing?
Well, that's what they're debating. Is they're basically saying, a lot of people are saying they're the scientists that worked on like the DEW weapons and the Rod of Gods and all these satellite weapons and stuff like that. They're the ones who are working on all that stuff. So it's like, are they getting rid of them? They're trying to get them out of the way because now they have to disclose this information or something.
Right.
You know what I mean, or whatever.
Right. That's why I asked you what type of.
So it could. So some people are speculating that, but it's a string of scientists that are now going missing. Is it possible that some of these people haven't existed, or never were real people in the first place, or I don't, you know what I mean? Like nobody really is saying a lot. So,
Or maybe they don't want to get down with the movement.
right, or they don't, exactly. Maybe they're going against the system. Maybe they're becoming whistleblowers.
Right.
I think some of them were set to testify and things like that, something like that, possibly. So so there's a lot. I'm just saying there's a lot into it. I just thought maybe I'd bring it up. Maybe somebody's looking into that or something, or have seen something. I'm starting to hear some things on it. Over the last few weeks and stuff, we've been hearing things, but I haven't really heard enough information to really talk about it a lot. So, like in depth. But definitely, something is awry there. Something's awry. Why would that many scientists that are in the same kind of, structure or frame be going, be disappearing and stuff like that, or mysteriously something happening to them? So it's weird. That's all we're saying. It's weird.
Yeah,
Something's weird.
You can look at it different ways. You can look at it as they probably came to them to do something.
Right.
And they was like, oh, nah, I don't
Right.
want to do that.
Not doing that no more.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's a possibility that they could have got him out of the way.
Just get them out the way, yeah.
You don't want to do that? All right, well, I'm going to get you out of the way.
Yep.
Because now you know I don't want you to say nothing.
Right. Yep. Very possible. Some of them have been kidnapped, possibly. We don't know. Because some of them have been possibly kidnapped to do other things because they had to be kidnapped in order to do that. Sometimes they kidnap you to force you to do shit. So so it's possible that could be happening too.
Damn.
And it's possible that some of these people are being extracted because they're targets, and it's possible that they're just showing up like they're disappearing or something happened to them or whatever, like we know with other celebrities and people, it's possible that some of these people are being snatched up as well by the good guys and making it look like their demise has happened. That is possible too. We know that card has been in play before, so it's possible. We just, you know what I mean. We'll never know truthfully until they tell us. So we're told what actually is happening. They're not being 100% truthful with everything that's going on. So that's why we don't, have to speculate and try to figure out, formulate and try to figure out some things.
So they told you. So you seen that some scientists was missing, and they didn't say why. They just said they gone missing.
Because no one's like putting it together. That nobody's.
Right.
It's the truther community is packing them together. Nobody else like have you heard anything about any scientists being? See what I'm saying? You've heard nothing.
Right.
So what they're saying is if you look over the last 2 years, these 10 people all connected to each other have all disappeared or mysteriously died. So they're trying to say, like, what's going on here? Something bigger is happening. And so that's why I'm saying that's what they're bringing up. So it's the truther community that's sleuthing all these things and putting it together. They're not saying this on the news. You're not going to hear this on the news, Right. But, yeah, it's just these people are tied into technologies that they think are about to be exposed. And so it's possible that maybe they were whistleblowers, and that's the problem. And they're not going to let them whistleblow. They took them out before they could talk. That's a possibility, or they've been extracted or, or whatever. So, yeah, we don't know.
You can't blow your whistle.
Right.
Blow your whistle. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's crazy,
So, yeah.
though.
Just something out there for the people. Something to look into.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I asked you, what are you doing out there?
Technology. Tied to technology.
Yep.
And some of it is unreleased, too. Unreleased technologies.
Oh, yeah.
So, or at least so we believe.
You can put two together and get
that point. Yeah, in that point, it makes sense. But, yeah. That's why I say it's technology. So, yeah.
Right.
So they're just, like I said, they're tying it together going, look, there's a whole span of time where all these people are just disappearing and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's looking into it, like. And so, yeah, it's interesting. As we get closer to more disclosure, more and more things like that are going to happen, because somebody out there is going to always want to hide it and deny it. And, and so they're going to try their best to not let it go. But disclosure is disclosure. The truth is truth. It has to come out. So.
Yeah, I just feel like they're going to try.
Of course, they have to. They have to try.
They're going to try to do something crazy so you can enjoy our summer.
Well, that's what all this is. Why do you think the war was created? The war was created to distract us from whatever else was going on. They'd rather us be worried about this war than worried about whatever they're doing behind closed doors over here, or whatever. Or doing right in Congress in front of our face. It's like, they're like, oh, go pay attention to this. So they've been doing it. That's why, you got to almost think and take it back. You've got bombings in the 90s. Oklahoma City got bombed. The World Trade got bombed in like 93. And then the World Trade got hit by planes on 9/11 in 2001. What part of this doesn't sound like a war to you? They're just hitting us over and over. And we're acting like, oh, it's just terrorists. That's what they want us to think. They want us to think that there's some outside force fucking with us when it's them the whole time.
Bomb droppers.
That's what we keep trying to tell y'all. The terrorists are them terrorizing you to get you to comply. Because if they can get you to comply, they can control you. You don't want them to control you. What do you need their control for? So that's what all this is. It's fear to control you. So they keep staging events. They keep staging shootings because they have the problem and they have the solution. They create the problem for the solution.
There it is. Bomb droppers.
That's what it's all been about. That's the whole lie of it all. We keep thinking all this shit's going on around the nation and all this stuff's happening when it's really just them staging shit, making it look the fucking certain way. Creating problems on purpose to keep you in control, you're under control. And under fear, right. You're always living in fear and survival and, oh my God, at any moment something could be going down and somebody's gonna pop off and do something crazy. Some terrorist is gonna do something in the mall. So I can't go to the festival this year because some terrorist could be there. Stop with your bullshit. You're letting them win. How many times do we go places on a daily basis, everywhere in the world, and nothing happens? You know why? Because it's not supposed to. It's only when they intervene. It's only when they fuck around. They're doing it. That's what you got to realize.
Bomb droppers.
It's been them the whole time.
Yeah. The riots and all that.
Right.
Busting windows and all that. We don't move like that, man.
Right.
You know, we only move like that if it's a free opportunity.
Well, the thing is the ones who did move like that were just looting the stores.
Right.
They weren't the ones causing the destruction. They were just looting the store after the store was already fucking vandalized. The vandalizing was coming from them. And then it's a free opportunity, right? It is what it is at that point, you know.
Dang.
So yeah, because we know that there was paid provocateurs. Mm-hmm. We know that for a fact from years ago. All the fucking shit we've been finding out that they've been paying people to go in and antagonize people in riots and in protests and stuff like that. We know this has happened. It's a fact at this point. So it's continued. They're going to, you know what I mean? Like, how do you have all these people somehow get together multiple times for a No Kings protest across the country? They all organize somehow. Somehow they organize so easily and they just go do their fucking thing. But the Epstein files come out and nobody protests for the children at all. Those same groups could have mobilized just as fucking easy. You know why? Because those people are paid. That's a paid organization. They're paid to do that shit. They're not doing that because they believe in it. Get out of here.
Bomb droppers.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I see the motherfuckers on the corner
It's all bullshit.
every morning with the little flag, huh?
Yeah.
For no kings, no other shit.
It's all bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Because they'd rather you be worried about what's happening in the political sphere than what's happening for real. You know what I mean? Oh, pay attention to the politics. No kings. We don't want to. We don't need none of it. So why are we even worried about it? Stop giving them energy and power by keep worrying about them. Tell them to get the fuck on. That's what you do. Say, yeah, we're done here. We don't need your services anymore. Get out of here. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
And especially where the protests, where the real protests. Some of them are happening. That's the thing. But you're not being told. That's the other part. There are protests happening. Mm-hmm. You're just not being told because you don't see it on the news.
And it's good ones, too.
Yeah.
Where we taking over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, those ones you see on the news, that's an agenda, man. They're pushing an agenda for all that stuff. You should know that by now.
Definitely should know that by now.
Yeah. It's always an agenda.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Just like when I found out wrestling was fake.
Oh.
That hurt it.
You're like, no, don't do
That hurt it. But you know what? I got over it.
Yeah. Did you still learn to enjoy it?
No.
You were just done.
I don't even watch it no more.
Me too. When I
don't know
found out, I
who-
was like,
I don't know
I'm
who
out.
the hell is in the ring now.
I'm out. I haven't known since '94.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know who is what now.
But I will go back and watch a WrestleMania 1991.
A Royal Rumble?
A Royal Rumble?
Royal fucking
WrestleMania
Rumble.
Royal Rumble
Let's
from
go.
91?
Royal
Are
fucking
you
Rumble.
fucking kidding me? I'll watch
Gene
that shit.
McMahon on that motherfucker.
I'll laugh.
What?
You know what? We watched one a while back, probably a couple months ago. Me and Mr. Prim watched one time, just fucking bullshitting, and it came across the fucking feed, right? And they didn't remember Macho Man Randy Savage?
Macho Man? Come on.
That wasn't his name.
What the fuck was his name?
They called him King Macho in this one. And it was like WrestleMania 91 or some shit. And they called him King Macho. He wasn't Macho Man Randy Savage yet.
Good. Great. Awesome. Outstanding. Amazing.
I was like, I don't remember that. I
King
always thought
Macho.
we were tripping out. We were like, I don't remember ever calling this dude King Macho.
I don't either.
They kept saying King Macho. I was like, what? I'll pull it up. I'll fucking pull it up.
Yeah,
we'll fucking pull it up after this fucking shit, and I'll show you. Because me and we were fucking looking at this shit like, who the fuck is King Macho? Like, I've never heard of that shit. That's fucking Randy Savage. Yeah. That's Macho Man Randy Savage. There's no King Macho.
Right.
Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying your bullshit,
King Macho.
internet.
What the fuck?
You're making up internet. You're drunk. Go home.
Oh, man.
Calling him King Macho. Get the fuck out of here.
Whoever did that, they was young. They probably didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It was the announcers on the fucking shit.
Oh, not the announcers.
The announcers are saying it.
So they know.
See what I'm saying? So I'm like, where the fuck was this that they was calling him King Macho? He didn't even have a broad yet. He didn't have all that. It might have been his first fucking time in the ring for all we know. This might have been, you know how they come in sometimes, maybe they're not who they are just yet. And then they kind of evolve. Yeah. We might have caught a moment where that was him like coming in for the first time or some shit. And he was called King Macho.
King Macho.
And then we learned to know him as Macho Man Randy Savage. You know, because he didn't have all the flash or anything. He had the glasses on. He had the hair like coming down, and he just had his tights on and his boots, and he just ran out there and was like fighting everybody and shit. Yeah. But he didn't have the flair like he had later on with the fucking coats and the glasses and the hats. He didn't have all that yet. So I was like, maybe this was a young motherfucker. Like he was just getting in the game. But I never remembered that at all. And I remember watching back then. I watched it back then.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I would have remembered if at one, you know, it's kind of like an artist. You might know an artist. You'd be like, oh yeah, when he first started, they called him, you know, Biggie Smalls, but now they call him, you know what I mean? That's different. We get that. I don't ever remember knowing a name different than Macho Man Randy Savage. Right. I just don't remember a different name.
I agree.
So how the fuck in 91 was it different? Because I was watching at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, come on, man. This is some different shit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it up for you so you can see it. So I can be like, y'all, we thought it was weird too. We thought it was, I'll have to find it. I'll have to find it. Shit. Yeah, I think it'd probably be in my history. I could probably find it in my history. Gotten pretty good at that. The history be hiding some shit. Yep, you go to your library and go to that history in YouTube.
That's crazy what you just said. History be hiding shit.
It be hiding shit in there.
And that's what we doing.
You gotta fucking retrieve it.
History be hiding shit.
Well, they always say, right, history's written by the victors. You know, but it's like, no, I think history's written by whoever the fuck will listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they gonna do? You know? Because, you know, especially when you didn't have, you know, back then when you didn't have a connected society, it was easier to tell anybody anything. You could tell anybody anything, and unless they found another scholar or went to a school where they could find information, they were never going to look. They were never going to pay attention. Yeah. You know? So you could just tell them. That's why motherfuckers back in the day used to, I think we talked about this one time, used to have a family and then leave their family and then go 20 miles away and have a whole new family, and that other family never even saw them, ever. You're like, and you was only 20 miles away, having a whole nother family? Because people didn't move like that out there. You know, it's like, you don't have telephones and different shit. It's at one point, people just moving around doing whatever the fuck they want. There's no social security numbers and IDs. Nobody's looking for me. I tell you, I'm somebody. I'm whoever at this point. You know? That's, you know, so who knows? Who knows what kind of switcheroo type of weird fucking shit was going on back in the day where people were just changing names and fucking coming up with shit. And now, you know what I mean? We look at it now and we wonder how would you get your identity stolen? Back in the day, if people didn't know who the fuck you were, anybody could steal your identity. That's why being famous and having some shit to your name gave you a face. Then it was harder for people to take what you had, you know? But like, why, you gotta think, like, why, think about in the world, why is it so easy? I think we might have talked about this before, like with music, right? You will never find somebody taking their talent from bar to bar, singing everybody else's songs, rap songs. Like I'm not gonna go in there going, I do Tupac, I do Jay-Z, I do, you see what I'm saying? And it'd be like, and then you're gonna go in these bars and sing these songs to everybody. Right. Nobody's really doing that. But you have bands who go from bar to bar playing everybody else's music. They rarely have their own music. And you're like, how's this legal? And you're getting paid to do this. Like they're gigging. They're people are making a good decent little living off this shit of just going to bars and playing songs because they can play a guitar or they can play, you know what I mean, or they can play an instrument and sing a little bit. Isn't that weird? Yeah. But nobody does that with rap. Nobody does that with these other things. But somehow rock music and just the basic, you know, like your normal everyday average music, they can just play that shit all day and get paid because they have a guitar and some drums and a microphone. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, they don't call that stealing.
That's somebody else's shit, though. Right?
But you're playing everybody else's shit.
Maybe they don't know they playing it.
No, they do. They have to clock it in. That bar has to clock that. That bar has to say what's being played and who's doing it. They have to write that shit down. If they play music, they do live music in a bar, you have to write that stuff down. Who's playing and what songs they're playing and everything. Because you got to, every month you got to turn that paperwork in, man, and you got to, there's fees to this shit. You got to pay like a music license. Bars have music licenses and stuff like that. That's why, that way the artist can get paid. But if maybe that's the deal then. Maybe that's the part I don't understand. Maybe when they play those songs, those artists do get paid off of those plays. Maybe those plays count for them. That's possible. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Who put in the comments. But you see what I'm saying? Like maybe that's part of it. It's kind of like getting a stream. You know, it's like you can stream me on Spotify. I don't know you're doing it, but Spotify's clocking it for me. You see what I'm saying? So maybe the bars, because I know for a fact they have to write it down. They have to have a music sheet. But I'm wondering if by them turning that in, is that maybe a mark for the artist to get a play? I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, see how complicated it could get? Yeah. Because a lot of people may not be writing the shit down properly. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
That's a little weird.
There's a lot we don't know.
Right.
But it's, you know, stuff we got to look into. I just always thought it was weird that people could go around playing whatever music they wanted and get paid for it.
Right.
And call it a cover. Oh, we're just a cover band.
Right, we're not behind it.
Yeah, I'm like.
No consequences behind it.
Yeah, I'm like.
But let me go rap somebody else.
Yeah, let me go rap somebody else's shit, though. And they're like, wait, you can't do that.
Right.
What? I'm doing a cover.
Yeah.
Just like they do with rock songs. Yeah. Fuck that.
Well, isn't mainly rock songs like just instrumental?
No, they sing the songs and everything.
Well, yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
No.
They're covers. They're called covers. You can sing the song and make it a cover. And you can sell it too.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm saying it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, people do it all the time. Because like I said, even Whitney Houston. 4 or 5 of her songs were covers from other songs. You know what I mean? On any given album. They all do it. But that's the part. That's what's like, what? I don't know if this makes sense. Like, what the fuck? Like, you tell us not to steal from anybody, But y'all still all day. So, like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Like, what's the rule here? That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
They could get away with it, but we can't.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? But, like, that's why the mixtape era was so cool. Was because we could take, like, an instrumental or even the chorus only and then put our own raps in and fucking call it our mixtape joint. That was cool for us as rap, you know, as rap artists to have a mixtape era where we could just, you know, I mean, we play the songs on here sometimes. You know, we play them on here. Or we've taken other people's songs and created our own song from it. So that's cool. But like I said, but we're not on here selling it. I'm not on here trying to tour with this music. Right. You know what I mean? With other people's music and the songs I made out of it. Like I'm not, but that's the equivalent of it, is what, you know what I mean? In that sense. But that's the free stuff you can get on the website. That's the promotional stuff we use. That's our promotional music. You know, this is stuff that's just fun. And then you can come get the albums from, you know, Amazon, Spotify, and Apple. You know what I mean? War Ready. Go get it. Go find it.
Yeah.
Me and BDot. War Ready. Come on.
That thing rap too. Get it. You ain't ready for.
All right. I'm prepared to meet the maker.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
You gotta be prepared to meet the maker. Cause you never know when you're gonna go.
Prepared, not scared.
You never know when you're gonna go.
Prepared, not scared. But yeah, let's finish this thing off. Start wrapping this thing up.
Yeah.
Let's reiterate this again because this is something I was thinking about lately. Working in the public, or you know, operating in the public and operating in the private, like we've talked about before. One of the biggest things you need to start looking at, people, to get out of this system. Here's another route for you. Listen up here. Your children, they have birth certificates. If you did that stuff, you know, they got birth certificates, Social Security cards, right? Well, that makes them property of the state. That's why they can come fucking take them, because they're property of the state. So if you want to get your children off of this bullshit system, start figuring out how to build a trust for your family. Put your children in that trust. Like I said, you got to research this stuff. I don't have a master class yet. But put your children in that trust, and that takes them out of the public and puts them into the private. That way, they use the EIN that comes from their businesses that are built out of that. Their business name. Basically, you're gonna basically take. I think you have to. What is it called? Copyright their name. Take their name and copyright that as their business. Then you get an EIN for that. Now they're in the trust, so they're operating private, but their companies are operating public. That EIN now becomes their water bill. You know, their house, they buy a house, they put that EIN. They never have to use their own Social Security number, so they're hiding themselves in the private. That's the whole point. That shields them from a lot of legality and a lot of bullshit. You know, so that's why I say, so think about looking into that kind of thing, building a trust and putting your family members and your assets into that trust. You know, put that house in that trust, put those cars in those trusts, you know, or build a different trust for your cars or something. You know, do different things. Find different ways. You'll figure it out as you go. But these are things you got to start thinking about as we move towards the future. We got to get out of the public and move into the private. Same way these fucks have been. That's why there's two different systems, one for them and one for us. And we're in the public and they're in the private. And that's the problem. When we should have been the other way. Because they're public figures and we're private citizens.
Bomb droppers.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I said that wrong. You don't like the word citizen or some shit. Get out of here. You know what I'm trying to say. You get the gist.
When they put in a trust, they can't go in there.
Right. Exactly. And
They
so.
can't touch it.
Yeah. And then think about all the things you can do in those things where you can get life insurances and add those to the trust and start doing, you know what I mean? And that's why I said find ways to get yourself out of the system as soon as possibly you can. You know, I'm falling behind because, like I said, I can't do everything. So I'm still working on things I'm trying to do and trying to, you know, test systems and put things together. And so, you know what I mean? I'm still working on shit too. I'm not fully private, you know? I'm not fully there yet, but I'm working on shit. I'm trying to figure out things. I'm trying to learn, but I'm trying to say, while I'm learning and I don't have the time to teach you just yet, those are the things. Go look into it. Start thinking about it. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
You know, once again, I'm just giving you a direction, and you've got to go after it if it's something you're thinking about or something you feel strong about. And then come back, and as I have more information, you'll get more information. You know, I got to figure out shit too. I got to look into more things as well. I don't know it all, you know, and it's a tough system. That is a tough system to understand. Different forms and shit you got to fill out, and that's why I didn't go after it a long time. But I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to think, you know what? That's the best way I can protect my kids at this point, because I think I'm too far gone at this point. You know what I mean? I'm just part of the system now, you know, but I can get them situated differently. They're younger and can you know, move things easier than I can right now. A lot of stuff, you know what I mean? We got stuff tied up in so much shit and so many things. Sometimes it's hard, it's tough to get around some of that shit right now. Where they're not tied into a lot. It's easy to just throw their shit in there and be done with it and just be like, okay, here's how you operate now, you know? So that's why I'm saying start with your kids, you know? Start with your kids. It's easier to work with them than it is to deal with your shit, you know what I mean? You might have to sacrifice your shit to get their shit together.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
That's all I'm saying. Think about it. Yeah. You know? And the same thing with credit. Remember we talked about credit? Put your kids on a fucking credit card. Never tell them about it. By the time they're 18, they'll have no fucking clue, but they'll have great fucking credit as long as you're doing what you're supposed to. Keep telling y'all this shit. You know what I mean? We're trying to tell y'all the different avenues to play this game. You got to navigate your world. You got to figure it out.
That's the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
You hit it right in the head. Got to put everything in the trust, man.
Yeah. That's the information they've never taught us. They've never taught us any of this shit. Right. You know, and like I was telling people, it's like nobody taught me the reason. Here we go. Let's give it to you. The reason why I'm so interested in talking to y'all and telling y'all this stuff is because I wish I had somebody telling me when I was coming up. Because when I was coming up, nobody was telling me shit. I had to figure out everything on my own. You know, between me and my brothers and everybody around me and the shit we were figuring out, that's how we learned. We learned from each other. But nobody was sitting here telling us, oh, there's master classes or this or go to that or spend, you know, look into these things. We just had to figure shit out. Yeah. But when we started learning stuff, we started teaching each other. You know, and that's how I learned about mortgages, and that's how I learned about different stuff, you know, because somebody got a mortgage, and I was like, oh, how'd you do that? Oh, and you're about to refinance? How do you do a refinance? You know, like, no one's teaching us any of this shit. You know, they just expect you to go through life and figure it out. So that's what we did. Started figuring shit out. You know, so that's why I'm so passionate about coming on the show and being able to talk and share these ideas with people, is because if somebody 20 years ago was telling me this shit, by the time I got to this age, y'all wouldn't even see me no more. I'd have been gone doing my shit. You know what I mean? I'm doing my shit. I'm out of here. I don't need y'all's bullshit. But I guess I got to be that guy. Because nobody was there for me, so I'm going to be there for somebody else.
Bomb droppers.
Yeah. You know, just people weren't talking like this when we were younger.
Right. I agree, man. 100%.
Somebody's got to do it. We got to break the curse of the bloodlines. Let's go. Can't let them hold us down forever, folks. We got to figure this shit out. There's like they said, there's a point when it becomes a choice. Kanye's the first one to get in trouble for that shit. At some point, it's a choice, folks. That's what we're trying to get at here. When are you going to wake the fuck up and go, I'm going to make my choices. I'm not going to let them make them for me.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Because they will. Yeah. They'll make those choices for you.
It ain't going to be no good one.
It ain't going to be in your best interest.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. So, yeah. All right. No more taxes. Go tax exempt. Get your people in the trust. You know what I'm saying? Get those credit scores up. Play the game. Play the game. ppeinmusic.com. ElevateYourLife.site. You know what's up.
You said. All you gotta do is click it now. Just go click it. You might find something. Telling you, just click on this site, so you might find something.
Something might talk to you. Something might talk to you.
You know, it's a lot of different things on there, folks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. It's warming up. Getting ready for the summer.
Yeah.
Chemo's on the way.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Got anything left for the people?
No.
Good?
Stay visual.
Stay vigilant.
Stay visual, baby. That's all I can tell you.
Fucking eyes on a swivel.
Your eyes open.
So, all right. Awkward Intelligence. I'm Intox along with
BDot, baby.
And we'll catch you next week.
Awkward Intelligence. Just smoking vibe.
This is Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking vibe.
Awkward Intelligence.